that's standing in France today. Now what you're going to see here is 12th century knights continued to wear long coats of mails and cornicles helmets to carry kite-shaped shields rounded at the top and a representation of bronze casting known as the temple fixed. Now look at this. These are three.
Let me get it in the
focus in. These are three black men. Get the features of their face and all that. With shields.
Hold it still. Let me focus
see
in.
The Negro? Oh man, this is baffling.
You definitely see they black. That's man. Yep. Hold it. Let me make sure that's that. Now that's the focus.
See his nose there? Definitely see the features. When you study anthropology and
all of them are black. You can definitely tell they're black. Hold it still again. Very still. That is crystal clear.
Now see what it says? 12th century knights continued to wear long coats of mail and conical helmets and to carry kite-shaped shields rounded at the top and a representation of a bronze casket known as the Temple Fox. It says Burial Collection, Glass Globe Museum. I got to go over there. Don't put it away. Don't try to hide it from me. I'm coming. Take pictures of them.
That is crystal clear that they black. They ain't no whiteys. That's crystal clear.
One of the greatest knights back there in that period was
see their face.
Bertrand Gouchelin, right here, that they always talk about. Okay? They always talk about this guy. He's sitting on a horse. It was like a mighty man. You just distinctly see that he's a black man. Look at his chin. Proud. Terrible warrior. Very rich, too.
Let me get the name over.
Bertrand du Gouchelin. Dion Britain. Great warrior of Israel. The Hebrew Israelite. Even King Arthur.
Statue's still over there.
Statue's still over there. Even King Arthur. Here's the guy we talk about a lot. His name is Edward the Black Prince. Another great warrior that came out of Scotland was called the Black Douglas. See?
They tried to light up his face.
Trying to light it up, but you can still see the features that he's a black man. He got the lion over his head, which is coat of arms and representing he's a Judite, Lion of Judah. See the lion signal? Lion of Judah. Sword. See the Black Prince? Captain over there? Black Prince. Effigy. The Black Prince. Effigy in Canterbury Cathedral, both plate and mail are visible. Department of Environment.
Beautiful.
Black Prince. Now, it tells you who's the chief over a lot of these knights back in those periods. And I'm going to read to you about one of these guys. See the Middle Ages? Another knight here. My book is thrown here, but you can distinctly see. He's a black man.
Just hold it.
The Middle Ages by Morris Bishop. Now slide over the pan to you. Another knight. Now,
you can see that
he's black.
Let me get him again.
Focus again. Now we're going to read who's the chief over.
Is that a black man or is that a white man? Will the real truth stand up?
Now
that is beautiful.
I'm going to read a chapter about who was over these knights, one of the greatest leaders of these knights. Well, everybody should know King Arthur around the round table. Now listen to what it says about King Arthur around the round table. On page 262 in this book. You could focus all the way in so we can read it. A lot of the brothers like High Priest Yashiyah and a lot of the brothers bring a lot of these facts out and showing you about the Celts and the Vandals and the Goths was black. I want the printing. Well, this shows one of the scholars right here. In that
you want that at the bottom?
No, I want the printing on the page over here. To you right here where my hand is moving here. I want to show you that what it says about Arthur.
Okay, let me come in a little closer.
Okay. Now follow my hand.
Let me cut it a minute.
Here's what it says about King Arthur, which was one of the leaders over the knights. It says, these tales deals with the knights of the round. These tales deals with the, follow me, these tales dealt with the knight of the round table at the court of King Arthur. See King Arthur's name? Who was in fact a British Christian chief of the 5th century. British Christian, the Christians were black. A British Christian chief of the 5th century, that's 500 AD. That's clear. And all from 193 AD all the way up to really up to the 1800s when they finally destroyed all the Israelites out of Europe, the Christians were black.
You just showed that when you showed the knights over there.
Knights in the first
you showed their pictures so they could. The audience ain't got nothing to say, but that's the truth.
And zoom in further, read a little further. A British Christian chief of the 5th century. The primitive Celtic literature had the characters that persist in Yeats and other modern Irish writers. Love of fantastic morals, blurring the natural and supernatural. Okay, so they was into when it says the natural and the supernatural. They dealt with the spirit.
Right.
They knew the spirit of the supreme.
Right. And the Celts were Israelites.
And the Celts was definitely Israelites too. All right, Celts tales and so forth. So without a shadow of a doubt, if that's not enough, go back to the picture. He was the leader over the knights in the 5th century.
The Middle Ages, and the black knight standing right over there.
Right. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now, as I stated a few minutes ago, we were sold over here, the Negro, when I say we, the Negro was sold over here in America for mustard guns and wine by the so-called white man. Can you give me that scripture, Kakam? Joel, in the book of Joel, we're going to read the Bible, and then we're going to show you some other facts here, and we're going to conclude our session tonight. We were sold over here by the so-called whites, which back then was called the Greeks. The Romans referred to as in the Bible. We're going to read. Tell them where you at, Kakam.
Okay, we're reading from the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the 3rd verse.
Interesting little marble head was found in the vicinity of Ephesus in Turkey.
Is that an identifiable historical figure?
Now, at the present time, we have not identified him, but we hope to do so. I would suggest he's of the Byzantine period, about the 4th or 5th century A.D.
Ray, I have read several of your books, and I've had the pleasure of sitting in on some of your lectures. As a minister, I know there is an abundance of prophecy concerning the destiny of Israel. But there is no Bible history of this portion of Israel referred to in 2 Kings 17:6. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan and in the city of the Medes. The Bible history of this major part of Israel ends here, and yet the prophets and the New Testament promise an increase in numbers, great blessings, and an eventual restoration. With the passing of 2,500 years since this Assyrian captivity, one might think that all hope of tracing these Israelites is lost. Ray, can archaeology answer this question?
Yes, Pastor Emery, it has. During the last 100 years, a number of archaeological teams have been working in the Middle East. They have unearthed and published the original contemporary accounts of the Syrians who took the Israelites captive. It is from these records that vital clues have come to light. In fact, these records are found in the form of cuneiform tablets, such as I show you here. These were found at Nineveh in 1900 and published in 1930. However, their relevance to Israel was overlooked then because they were found in complete disorder and amongst about 1,400 other texts. The tablets were Assyrian frontier post reports dated about 707 B.C. They described the activities of a people called Gamera, who lived in the land of Gamir. The descriptions of Gamir described the area the Israelites had been placed just a few years earlier. One tablet stated that when the king of Urartu came into the land of Gamir, his army was routed as the Gamera counterattacked, entered the land of Urartu, and killed their commanders. Well, historians are now aware of the fact that the Gamera were the same people who, about 30 years later, during the reign of Esarhaddon, king of Assyria, were again called Gamera. We find in another and later Assyrian tablet that in the 2nd year of the reign of this same king, which would be about 679 B.C., the Gamera